Out, I never play a note, and to this day people will argue with me. The only thing I inherited from my grandmother are good thoughts, okay? No musical talent whatsoever.
And, unfortunately, it was not in Prescott, but it was clear, it was nearby. And we spent a lot of time down here in Prescott, and I've always loved the town. We lost John Stewart a few years ago, 2008. And I think he's one of Americana, the great songwriters. He was a poet. And when he sang this song, he always just said, this is a true story. There was a story in the San Francisco Chronicle that I forgot to save. But it was about a lady who lived in the good old days, when a century was born and a century had passed. About these good old days, why, the old lady replied, why, there was just a lot of people who was doing the best they could. Yeah, just a lot of people just doing the best they could. And then she said, you know, they did it pretty up and walking good. Whatever happened to those faces in the old photographs? I mean, the little boys. Boys? Hell, those were men that stood knee-deep high in that Johnstown mud. 'Twas in the time, you know, of that terrible flood. And they listened to the water all around. That awful noise. And they put away forever those dreams that belong just to little boys. And the sun, it's going down on Mr. Bowie as he's singing with his class of 19-2. They're singing, oh, mother country, I do love you. Oh, mother country, I do love you. I once knew a man named D.H. Stewart, spelled S-T-U-A-R-T, and he owned some of the finest horses that I think I've ever seen. And he had one favorite. She was a champion, and he called her Sweetheart on Parade. She was easily the finest horse that the good Lord ever made. But old E.A. Stewart, he was a-going blind. Told the boys down by the tack room one day, he said, before I go, I've got to drive her just one more time. So the people came from miles around, stood around the ring. No one said a word. No one said a thing. Well, they're opening the gates down there now, and here she comes. It's E.A. Stewart in a wagon right behind. He's sitting straight and proud, and he's driving her stone blind. And the people cheered. Would you look at her? Why, she never looked finer, ran better than today. It's E.A. Stewart and the old campaigner, Sweetheart on Parade. And they cheered again. Why, you've seen a grown man break right down and cry. And you know, it was just a little while later that old E.A. Stewart died. I do love you. Thank you. John Steinbeck wrote The Red Pony, and in chapter 4, there's a story. It's just about the grandfather of young Jody, and he tells the stories of how it used to be in the West when he did all of these things. He led the wagons to the sea, and he brought the pioneers out, and people kind of laughed at him, ridiculed him, even his own son-in-law. But there's just a story that I think we've all, excuse me, I think we've all known somebody in our lives, one time or another, like Cody. Cody sang to me a song about the great Montana skies. Cody sang to me, I could see Montana in his eyes. I could see Montana in his eyes. Cody's hair is long and dirty as the rivers of L.A. Cody's mind is gone, I can never know just what he's gonna say. You never know just what he's gonna say. Cody falls down on the road. Now won't you go and help him on his way? Cody falls down on the road, a forgotten son of some old yesterday. A forgotten son. How he led the wagons to the seas. Cody starts to yell, and he waves a gnarled hand to follow me. Yeah, he waves a gnarled hand to follow me. He's been living for so
God bless Elizabeth, Prescott, and everybody inside. We can get together to build a beautiful city. Just keep building it.